What's good, fellow bargain hunters? It's Paintbrush Ekotaku, and it's time for another toy bargain hunting outing. Of course, we're going to Ross, and we'll even check out a clearance aisle or two, -1. If you care to join me, that would be swell. Before that, if you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and sub to the channel. Patreon's down low if you'd like to provide further support, and supers are also available. Oh hell no, you ain't taking any dumps today, you stupid dirty turd squirrel. You run around in your underwear all day and you want to poop out in the open? That's disgusting, and that's why you get normal punishments. It's a bright and early 8 AM and we're starting off in the card section at Target. I did check the customer service counter and no dice on Pokemon Mega Evolutions. I did see a Spider-Man MTG bundle and collector booster, but I have zero interest in that. In terms of Lorcana, nothing's really changed here, and we got another One Piece starter deck, Ace and Newgate. For whatever reason, One Piece starter decks sell out fast, so if you see them and want them, buy them. Here are the contents that come in each starter deck in case you didn't already know. Bonus pack? Is that some full booster pack or some mini BS thing? I believe One Piece starter decks are 11 or 12 clams. We also got some Digimon booster packs and starter decks. Ooh, I see Digimon Adventure cards there. That's my jam. I really don't know anything past Digimon Adventure 2. The rest of the crap here looks like blind boxes. I'm good with those, and the only Pokemon TCG products I regularly see at Target are these Battle Academy sets. I haven't played the TCG in decades. Maybe I should get one of these to get my feet wet again? Maybe some other time. Let's move on to the toy section to see if the clearance price has improved. It looks the same over here, and most of the Marvel Legends Banshee action figures are gone at only the 50% off tier. That's actually surprising to me. I thought people would have held out for 70% off. This is my first time seeing these Marvel Mix Mashers, and really, I'm only noticing them now because of the 70% off clearance tag. You know what? Iron Man doesn't look bad. The colors are solid both figuratively and literally. I gotta admit that it seems fun to Frankenstein a bunch of Marvel characters into one. Captain America doesn't look bad neither. At just under 4 smackers each, I can easily say that.
I'm interested in this.
There's also a pair of Red Hulk hands on clearance for 30% off. Maybe at 70% off I'll bite. I already have a pair of Playmation Green Hulk hands I got for $1 at Toys R Us when they were closing. Other things in the toy section are also hitting them big discounts. We got the Shadow the Hedgehog plush for 50% off, totaling about 12 buckaroos. I have no idea what Garden Banban is, and even after a look on Target.commerce, I still have no idea what it is. Mr. Beast stuff is on clearance, which isn't a surprise. 30% off the Simpsons Family set. I think 50% off is a sweet spot because I don't think they'll last long enough to hit 70. As you can see, there's a handful of other things with notable clearance prices. Circle Week starts next weekend on October 5th, so it's no surprise we're seeing lots of discounts already. Hopefully these have a decent promo price during Circle Week. If not, I'll keep waiting till they hit 70% off. Alright, let's make sure the prices on those Marvel Mix Mashers are accurate. Always scan the items at the kiosk as the advertised tags are incorrect sometimes. If you forget, you may get a heckin' bamboozle at the register, and Cap passes the test. For $4, this is pretty damn good. I'm not even sure if these would go for that low if they appeared at Ross. As for Iron Man, he passed the test as well. Looks like both Steve and Tony were put under the same clearance SKU. This Target also had Peter Spider-Man, Miles Spider-Man, and Black Panther as well, but unfortunately, they were still at regular price. If they were 70% off as well, I would have bought the whole lot. That was it for Target, and now we're moving on to the discount stores. We're at Ross, and not only do I see full shelves, there's an employee stocking the shelves with a full rack. Who knows if there's anything good there? I've seen this Black BQ Bunny's Ram so many times lately, and I haven't seen the Black BQ Bunny's Ram figure at all recently. The Blue Twin's the one I want to get. At least the ReZero stuff hasn't been subject to further price increases, though I wouldn't be surprised if something happens just before Red Table season starts. Ross really should be expanding the toy section already because the shelves could barely hold the merchandise. And here's a Ross first timer, a Grandista Kakashi from the Naruto series for a laughable price. Going off the box, the figure does not look great, especially not 2,500 pennies great. UFC action figures? Really? People actually buy these? Sorry, but I don't care about real fights. It's all about choreographed, predetermined stuff. And here's another Ross first timer, a DC Metal Force Joker action figure. Are these counterparts to Marvel Mech Strike? I get the same feeling, though they look better than the Mech Strike stuff. As an employee had the aisle blocked, I had to walk around to see the rest of the toy section. Let's see if there's anything on this end cap. And we have this Minecraft figure 5-pack. They look like amiibo with those bases, and the packaging reminds me of the Stumble Guys stuff. Here's another Beast Wars Transformers reaction figure. We got Black Arachnia for a pitiful 15 smackers. I think these Super 7 Transformers look really cool, and I don't know what Ross is thinking pricing these at 150 dimes, especially when they price Super 7 Ultimates at 80 quarters. I really want to get these, but they really should be around one paper Lincoln. And what the hell is this shit? This Ross put the gift wrap here earlier in the year, and for some dumb reason they put it back. They need to be expanding the toy section, not reducing it. Like I said before, the shelves could barely hold the merchandise that's placed on it. In the back, there's still a bunch of Megan dolls, which will eventually see price cuts. We also have a 2.5-inch Krusty the Clown action figure for a $5. I'm glad I somehow got Itchy and Scratchy for 1 Sacagawea less each. As for the various anime figures, it's a lot of the same stuff we've seen over the past few weeks, so I'm not highlighting most of them. Anyone watch the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Infinity Castle movie? It was so damn good. And moving on to something that's also good, we have a One Piece Battle Record Collection Blackbeard, although I can't say the price is good. It leaves much to be desired. Especially when you consider the fact that he's priced only $2 higher on Amazon, so Ross isn't even offering much of a deal. Might as well buy it on Amazon and save yourself the trip. With the return of a bunch of Best Action TMNT action figures, it was only a matter of time before Alapex came back. Here's the odd bit. Some Ross stores are pricing these at $8, others at $10. I would wait for clearance as the last batch of these took forever to sell. Here's something I don't see too often, an unmanned rack with merch ready to be put out. It looks like the only stuff here that would appeal to me are the anime figures. The rest of it's rather irrelevant for this channel. I think we're done here, so let's go to another Ross. It looks like they've been busy putting out stuff here too. It's kind of a pain when these cart rack things are in the way. Not that there's much new stuff to get in the way of. Ross has been absolutely flooded with All Elite Wrestling action figures, but here's something different, a Mega Bloks Charizard build set. Just the Charizard, not the whole Evolution line. At $8, it's cheaper than the Evolution line set, but more expensive per character. These Dragon Ball Super Dragon Stars action figures are gonna be here until the mass exodus that happens at the Ross toy section on Christmas Eve, because instead of lowering the prices below $15, which they can't sell at, they're raising the prices, and I wouldn't pay more than 700 pennies for those. We got some more DC Metal Force products at Ross. Here's a Brainiac vs. Bat Super Flashman set. It looks unremarkable, and I think the price tag said $22 minus $10. No thanks. We got a couple other Batman things here, an RC Bat Cycle, and I have no clue what that other thing is, but it didn't seem like something that appeals to collectors. And wow, Ross is just popping off with Batman merch right now. Here's a Ninja Strike Batman for 8 buckaroos. The design looks cool, but I'm not really feeling the action figure. We've seen this a few months back, but here's a God of War Ragnarok Atreus action figure. 52 metal Washingtons is too high for my liking, especially when Horizon's Aloy from the same line was only 10 paper Washingtons. We're done with the toy section, so why don't we move on to the checkout area. This side has nothing noteworthy to speak of, so we'll switch over to the other side. I still don't like how they split up the collectibles in the checkout area. It makes no sense. It's looking a little better over here. I found the following action figure at DD's Discounts before, but I think this Batman TAS Batgirl is a Ross first timer. She comes with parts to build Maxi Zeus, whoever the heck that is. At the bottom shelf, I found another action figure from the same wave, and this one was also at DD's Discounts a while back. A Batman TAS Two-Face, and he comes with Maxi Zeus's head and a Thunderbolt weapon thing. Coincidentally, I also only saw Batgirl and Two-Face at DD's Discounts. No Batman nor Joker. They're 8 clams each, and I'm not getting these now because I bought them during an off-weekend discount store run where I wasn't recording. As for everything else on the checkout area, they're old news. Aside from that thing in the red box, it's another Super 7 Ultimates action figure, Shogun Ultimates Godzilla to be exact. Ross has been stacked with NECA Ultimate action figures, and it seems like the Super 7 Ultimates are going to be piling in as well. I wonder if we're going to see some more Super 7 Transformers. That's that for that Ross, and now we're at this Ross. The shelves are in a bit of disarray, so it's definitely gonna take some time and effort to find stuff. Actually, I spoke too soon because I found this Grandista Sage Mode Naruto right off the bat, and of course there's a crappy price of $25. That's a big 2 thumbs down no jutsu from me. Let's see what else is here. There's so much stuff on the shelves that there has to be more treasure, right? It can't all be garbage, right? Well, to be fair, just because we've seen it already doesn't mean it's garbage. It's just stuff we've seen that we don't need to be excited about anymore. As for the end cap, I'm gonna spoil all of you by a few seconds. There wasn't anything new here, unfortunately. All repeats. I'm kind of surprised this Turtles of Grayskull Ninja action figure is still here. There weren't a lot before, and he sold out so fast previously. I guess everyone who wanted one got one. I'm not really having any luck finding new and interesting stuff here. Maybe you'll have better luck finding and hitting the like and sub buttons, or maybe we just gotta hype ourselves up and bring in the good vibes. Out of the 4 or so NECA ET action figures I saw last time, only one remained. I believe all the NECA Ultimate King Kong and Godzilla action figures sold out from here as well. That's not a surprise. Now we're at DD's discounts, and sadly, I'm not seeing anything good. One of those god-awful Cosmic Force Ninja Knight sets were front and center, and here's a supermodel deformation robot. The names they come up with for these scuffed Transformers are interesting to say the least. I know I said this many times before, but I am so tired of seeing those Sonic minifigures by Forever Clever. There's really nothing going on this end cap neither. A bunch of junk-ass Transformers Halloween masks are still here, as are leftovers like the Minecraft Flippin' Figs, and surprisingly, that Turtles of Grayskull Michelangelo action figure. These crappy Iron Man action figures fit the bill as well. Let's clear out of the toy section and head over to the checkout area because there's at least something here. We got a Funko Pop comic covers Wolverine featuring one of 4 X-Men #1 Mutant Milestone covers. I've seen all 4 covers at discount stores now. For anyone who can't remember all 4 variants, here's a full version of the art to jog your memory. Finally, an anime figure that's not only a DD's Discounts first timer, but an overall first to highlight on this channel. Unexpectedly, this Dragon Ball Daima Super Saiyan Goku was 18 bucks, while this Matchmaker Super Boo was a very Nintendo DS price of 23 clams. We're done here, so let's move on to Ross. This is Ross, right? Okay, it is. I see the price tags. I haven't been to this location in a while. The toy section expanded compared to the last time I was here. We got one of those basic 12-inch Toy Story 30th Anniversary Woody action figures. This thing should be like 12 bucks, but it looks like the original price tag was ripped off and someone at this Ross put a $20 tag on it. That's a bit of a fail there, wouldn't you say? Moving on to the main shelf, and I swear, every Ross toy section has a ridiculous amount of Pokemon Select Greninja action figures. Something else Ross is getting flooded with right now are Cuposket figures, and here's a loot gas from Stranger Things. Stranger Things is one of those things I've heard a lot about but never consumed the media. There's a decent amount of stuff here. Toy cars, anime figures, action figures. Someone decided to take a peek at that One Piece Battle Record Collection Luffy figure. This memorable Saga Sasuke figure is old news, and here we got some more Cuposkets. First time I've seen Neptune and Uranus together. The Jakks Pacific Simpsons 4-inch action figures are back. Here we have Groundskeeper Willie with a shovel and bagpipe. I noticed the prices for these fluctuate between 8 and 9 smackers, just like the 2.5-inch Simpsons figures jump between 4 and 5 greenbacks. Whoops, I accidentally stepped on a pile of crap. I still wonder what out-of-touch person at Hasbro greenlit a product that awful. I haven't seen these Barago Formula 1 diecast cars in a minute. We got a Red Bull Racing 2-pack featuring the RB20 driven by Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. I think these are cool, but I won't buy cars associated with drivers I'm not a fan of. Ooh, it's time for another Ross first timer. At least on my end. It's another NECA Ultimate action figure, and this time it's a solo ET. Let's open the sucker up. He's got 4 spare hands, he comes with a speak and spell, and his phone home phone. It's a pretty faithful depiction of how he looked hanging around Elliot's house. That ET would probably go well with the Ultimate Alph action figure I bought. Maybe some other time. We got another Beast Wars Transformers reaction figure by Super 7, and this time it's Dinobot. Like I said with the other Super 7 reaction Transformers I saw at Ross recently, they're cool and I want to buy them, but 1,500 pennies is too damn expensive. Who's this Hera Princess of Rohan? I never heard of this character before. What series is she from? Maybe the back of the packaging will tell me. The War of the Rohirrim? Oh, it's Lord of the Rings. I guess this is a cartoon series on a streaming platform. Anyways, she comes with extra pieces to build a snow troll. Build-a-figures seem to be more and more common lately. And we got another action figure from the same series which also comes with Snow Trollio parts. This one is Shank and they're 5 bucks each, which is lower than Zon pricing. There's really nothing else of interest in the mess down here, nor is there anything else worth pointing out on these shelves, which are equally messy. The only other thing I hadn't seen before was hidden up here. I could tell it was a Universal Monsters NECA figure from the packaging, and here we have a glow-in-the-dark Wolfman for 48 quarters. No thanks, and let's move on to the checkout area, which has a crap ton of Funko Pop figures. Total sad face on those Super 7 Transformers reaction figures, and there's even more. Anyways, is there anything new with the Funko Pop figures? We got Banjo and Kazooie, which isn't new, but still worth highlighting as it's quite interesting to see at a discount store. Karibo has been gone from most Raw stores for a minute, but this one appears to be a straggler. Still 50 dimes, and I wish that Yugi Funko Pop figure we just saw was the same price. Ooh, we got a Legacy United Boulder Crash. When I saw the box, I assumed it was gonna be either Geocron, Galvatron, or Cheetor, as discount stores have been inundated with those three. With so much overpriced Transformers action figures at Ross, it was a breath of fresh air to see something I haven't encountered here, and for a very respectable $3 buckaroos. The end result is obvious. I stopped by a different Pokemon Center vending machine this time, and while it was completely sold out, I did notice it has better stuff than my usual machine. This one already has Mega Evolution products, and not only that, they have Prismatic Evolutions bundles. I didn't realize the vending machines can have different products. I thought they were all the same across the board. Unless the options change at my usual vending machine, I may have to amend my toy bargain hunting route so I can frequent this machine more often. There's nothing else for me to do here, so let's move on to Five Below. This isn't the cheapest discount store, but I feel like you could always find something here. I said that last time I was at Five Below, right? I mean, take your pick. There's a crap ton of diecast figures here. I see M&M's, Mr. Tomato Head, and this Five Below has plenty of Transformers action figures as well. I believe these are from the Authentics Bravo line, and they're about 4.5 inches tall. I think they're 5 clams, and that's certainly better than the rip-off $15 Transformers at Ross. Here's another thing that got my attention, another wave of 2.5-inch action figures from The Simpsons. Here's Principal Skinner, and we also have Dancing Homer. In addition, we have Selma Bouvier, Nelson Muntz, and finally, Martin Prince. Five Below had the whole wave, which is pretty cool. They're $5 each, which matches Ross's pricing. Moving over to the Halloween themed merch, and there's a whole lot of Five Guys at Freddy's, Gremlins, and Chucky merch. In particular, the Squishmallows. They're $6 each here, and if you feel like that's too pricey, you could probably buy them at Ross in a year's time. The Halloween merch also extends to the figures. There's a bunch of horror movie themed tubs cosplaying ducks. I certainly would love to hear the history of Halloween explained by ducks. The last time I was at this Five Below, there was a bunch of off-brand Labubus called Labubus, and guess what? They're all gone. It's so interesting to see that there's demand for both off-brand and bootleg Labubus. Better than nothing, I guess. I forgot about this during my last visit, but I'm not passing another chance to cherry pick the Airheads I want. Speaking of that, I was in the mood for cherry flavored Airheads, but it's no go this time. It's sour Airheads or nothing. So with that, I'm going with the blue flavored sour Airheads. Took me long enough to get these. This Five Below had a ton of Temporal Forces booster packs. They are $6 each, which is market price, and which is also why they weren't moving. Final stop of the day, everyone. It's another Ross. Hopefully we could finish strong. It looks like we got some new Pokemon products here. Get the hell out of the way, Bendy Flash. No one wants you. At least not for 8 clams. Just gonna get all this other crap out of the way to check out our boy, Scorbunny. Riolu. What are your thoughts on the baby Pokemon? I never liked the idea of moving the goalposts for basic Pokemon. These Pokemon Select vinyl figures are 900 pennies when they were 60 dimes earlier in the year. I'm not for that 50% price increase. Chikorita was not that green in the Pokemon anime, but it was definitely the case on some Pokemon cards. We got Charmander here too, and we also have more legendary birds at Ross minus Articuno. They're going for 3 paper Lincolns here, but I still see them for 13 Sacagaweas at Didi's discounts. We got another plethora of All Elite Wrestling action figures, and here's the chairman, Sean Spears. He left AEW about a year and a half ago, so that shows how outdated these are. Never mind that though, I found a chase version of the Devil MJF. To be honest, it looks pretty crappy, but I guess a chase is a chase, especially when it's only 12 quarters. It can't hurt to get this. It'll either be part of my sealed collection, or I'll use it as trade fodder for something else. Boy, how the mighty have fallen. In 2014, you'd never expect Daniel Bryan merch to be riding on discount store shelves. I know he's still popular, but man, his star power really fell since he left WWE. But you can't fault a guy for going to a place where he appears to have more creative freedom. There's quite a few things here, but like I said many times before, it's stuff we already encountered. Is anyone getting tired of seeing those damn bendy figs and these best action TMNT action figures? I know I am. They'll be cleared out by Red Table season, and in the meantime, here's another Super 7 Ultimates action figure. Honk the Ranger from Dungeons & Dragons. Does he make duck or goose sounds or something? Like all the other Super 7 Ultimates we've seen at Ross, he's 10 paper Jeffersons. Speaking of Super 7 and D&D, here's a reaction figure of Ifriti with Scimitar for 30 JFK coins. Check out that disparity. It's even easier to see that 15 clams for a reaction figure is a complete ripoff, especially at a discount store. And look at that, even more All Elite Wrestling Unrivaled Collection action figures. It's been 2 or 3 months since I last saw Saraya and Samoa Joe, and there's also a standard Devil MJF which I bought at Didi's discounts. If you're looking to stock up on some low-cost AEW action figures, head over to Ross. We haven't got too far into this location, but trust me, that was pretty much it. All the good stuff was on one side of the toy section. It's time to call it, so let's switch over to the haul. Overall, I'm pretty damn happy with what I found. Sadly, the cartoon collection Invisible Skeletor that I've been tipped off to continues to evade me. Oh well, I'll keep trying. And that does it for another toy bargain hunting outing. If you made it this far, type Chase in the comments. I appreciate all of you for keeping me company, and if you have some more time on your hands, please check out some of my other videos and I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you later.